Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue number 40 of the Terminator, build of the T800, the half-scale Hachette Studio Canal part work, where we're going to build the Terminator, the scary dude himself. Now you may notice I've withdrawn the camera somewhat, so you're further away from me now, because this is the big one. This is creating the thoracic cage. We're linking multiple components of the Terminator, trademark, head and torso together. So this is, you know, all the red bits are the bits that we're going to be using. So it's, yeah, this is the big one. List of pieces. In this issue we have, obviously, a big metal thing, a couple of tubes, some plastic washery type things, and a collection of screws. As ever, we get a collection of screws. In fact, I shall open those and put those up the top there, because there's a few varieties of screws and nuts and bolts and things in there that we'll need to figure out what's what. It's just about on camera as well. So I've got everything. It says you will also need a crosshead screwdriver, tweezers, optional, all of the parts that you have assembled or partly assembled so far, apart from the battery box. So yes, it really is bringing everything together. So it's an exciting big episode, this one. I like this. I like it. I like it. Not a lot. No, I do like it quite a lot. Right. Step 1. It says take the assembly from issue 38. I don't remember what issue things come in, so I'm relying on the pictures. Now this I've just popped together to keep it all in one piece, but obviously that comes off there. They come off of there, and they can go off to one side for now, but I'm sure we'll be putting them back in momentarily and probably putting the top back on as well. So we've got that there. We are putting the parts that we've just received, these two, in there. It says fit the flattened end of the struts into the recesses as shown. There's a screw hole on the free end. It looks like there's a screw hole on both ends, but we won't worry too much about that. Yes, so one of these ends has a flat, the other end is just round. So we're putting those in there. They'll only go in, well, 2 ways round, but they're okay. That goes in there. Turn them over, fit two PM, I don't know what PM means, 3x6mm screws. So it's going to be the screws that are going to fit in there, which look to be those ones, and they are 6mm, give or take. So I'm going to do one at a time, so I'm not trying to juggle lots of things. It just says pop it in there. Now this is actually threaded on there as well, so obviously something else is going to go onto the outside of that. So let's get that in, but not really tight, and we'll do the same, getting it the right way around again, onto the other side. Another one of those screws. We'll go in there and we'll hold that together. Good. Put the other part through, tighten the screws holding the struts in place. Yeah, I won't tighten them quite yet, but we'll see. The next part is still that way up. Fitting nuts into the hexagonal recesses with four hexagonal recesses. Fit them one at a time and then screw them in using that. So what we got here, 4 holes that side. That's going to go like that. Cool. So far so good. It does suggest doing them one at a time, which is a novel experience for them. They don't normally suggest doing them one at a time. So what are we using to screw them in with? We're using 4 screw hole circles. Yeah, done that. Right, so is it going to be those screws? Let's see if those screws fit those nuts. So it will be those screws that we're using. So let's put one in on this end. Hopefully that'll just drop in. Mostly. Even better if I can get it to drop in a flat rather than at an angle. There we go, that's that in flat. So let's then put a finger over that, turn over, find the correct hole, and put that in there just so it's not going anywhere. Right, 3 more of them to do. I might as well just I'll keep talking because, you know, what's the worst that can happen? You're just going to fast forward while I do it. But if you fast forward, then that saves me having to do it. That one in there. Tighten that down a little bit. So we're halfway already. And it seems I'm getting better with practice because they're going in easier. It's almost like I've practiced and done this before, but you know. Right, so that's the last one. Yeah, see, the last one didn't go in properly. Of course it won't. Come on. Thinking about it, there probably is an easier way of doing that. If you get the screw in it a little bit first, then you'd be able to line it out and get it vertically in and then take the screw back out again, as in from the other side, but that would mean thinking ahead. Right, as they're all in there, now I can get them all tightened down. Now I know everything lines up properly. That one. And back to the first one. There we go. Cool. That's those. That's that. That's that. That's that. No, 2 cylindrical pegs you're talking about. Move that back out of the way. That's not that. Right, let's see. When correctly in position, 2 cylindrical pegs on 34-1. These will fit through the holes in 43, circled. Oh right, that just means get that lined up. I've already done that. That's easy. Yeah, okay. Now, these 2 bits. Just go in there. Okay. Not very structural, I don't think, but there we go. They only fit loosely at this stage. Good, because they seem to fit quite loosely. One of these, which is... They're both the same, and they're not important which way round they go. Goes in there. Nice. Take the shoulder assembly and assemble. Basically that goes through there and that goes through that bit. Right, the whole shoulder assembly, if you watch the last video, it's huge. It's quite big. It's got a whole arm attached to it as well, so yeah. We're putting that through there, aren't we? Yes. I'm not sure why it's got flat sides to it now then. So there we go, that goes all the way through there. Holds that quite nicely on that. Good. His hand's grabbing hold of my microphone. Let go. Take the shoulder assembly, position the assembly from 7 on the work surface. Lower the shoulder assembly over the corrosion so that strut fits through that. See also the photograph in the next step. Yeah, just what I've just done. Done that. Right. Then it says put them in there. Cool. Then get the head. The head without the back. Still haven't got the back of the head, but the front of the head is all good to go. Put that into that bit. Obviously that goes in there, just like that. Really coming together. And now obviously I need to turn the page, but I've been building it on top of the Mac. Yeah, I'll never learn. It wouldn't be any fun if I did things properly and actually worked things out properly. There we go. So that's that. I bet it's going to be putting the top bit on. Let me check that. Make sure I just only turned over one page. Page 5, page 6. Yes, I did. Right, the other side, as you might have guessed, if I can find it. Where did I put it? There it is. The other black washery type plastic thing goes in there, and then we're carefully turning it over and making sure everything lines up properly. So we're getting that on there. So we've got to make sure these 2, that one and those 2 all line up in there. Okay, so that is giving a bit of structural. These 2 bars that we just put in today are sort of supporting the shoulders in there as well, so that's okay. Yeah, so far so good. Cool, I like that. Ensure the 3 screw sockets encircled in yellow are aligned. Yep, they're aligned, and I'll put them in place using 3 of the big screws, which we have 4 of. Yep. Got a couple of little screws left over. Where do they go? Have I done them yet? 2, 3. No, I haven't done them yet. They go down there. Easy, nice and easy. So let's get the big screws in. First one at the top. So this is actually everything is now one piece. Instead of having lots of different pieces here and there and everywhere, we've just got one unit now to work with. So everything will be now added to this as time goes by, which is going to make it a little bit unwieldy trying to, you know, when we add the other arm to it and things like that. But the sense of scale of it is now dramatically increased. The last bit is putting these 2 screws in there. See, I thought I had extra screws. Get those in there and then make sure everything is tight. Yep, that's that one. Go back to that one, and then all of these properly tightened. There we go. Extra screws for the screw box. And that is stage complete. The head and top of the thoracic cage have been attached to the shoulders. Yeah, I might have said the shoulders have been attached to that, but yeah, there we go. It might be at a funny angle, but that is him. He's quite substantially weighty. Picking him up by that arm is folding backwards, but obviously when he's upright, it won't want to turn in any other directions. And that is, I say, so far so good. That's looking good. It's heavy. It's got some definite mass to it. So yeah, although we were disappointed with the amount of plastic in the build, I think if they'd have put more metal in, it would have been a lot worse, more unwieldy, less wieldy. Yes. Right, flicking through the rest of the magazine. I'm not going to move him because I'm probably going to be doing more on him with the next issue. These bits are still quite loose, but obviously they aren't supporting anything at the moment, so we won't worry about that yet. Cinema Legends, we have War Games. Again, another film I know. I remember that one. That was great. The hacking that really isn't hacking at all, but there you go. And the Real World Science, we have Military Computers. That's probably, you know, an old one that is now your smartwatch is far more powerful than that ever was. That's that. And we'll be back the next week's issue, starting to assemble the vertebra. Obviously, bits and some sort of interesting stuff to come along. I assume there's obviously more than one vertebra in the back. I don't know how many there are. 9, 10? How many vertebrae has a person got? So there's probably going to be several issues that look identical but continue on to be, you know, adding on slightly different sizes and things. So that is that. That's another issue done. That was issue 40. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the build. It's certainly coming together now. It's quite scary, even at half scale. That would frighten me if it was, you know. So yeah, I have to find a new place to store him because he's taken up more room than he used to. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the build along with me, and if you're building along with yourself, let me know in the comments, and you know, see what's what, see how you're getting on. I shall see you soon for issue 41, where we'll be doing the vertebra, as we said. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.